we are back. It has been a while. You know, I said last video I wish I had more work to do. I really didn't. I've been so busy. It's been good, but it's just been like very hard to consistently sort of shoot videos right now. I just parked and I'm ready to, class didn't start till like an hour or so, but I am gonna study for a bit, and then after that I'm gonna do some stuff. See y'all later in like an hour for me, but for y'all it's like 33 seconds, so I'll see y'all till then. We are back. I finished most of my classes today. I don't have too much to do besides some assignments as well as some projects regarding my team, but it's going well so far. I've realized how much work is being put towards my classes, and it's not so bad right now, but I know for sure midterm and finals it's going to be very busy for me. However, I'm sort of ready. I'm already I'm overdoing it already this semester. I've already got like a bunch of stuff ready as regards to my team, as well as kind of assignments what I'm doing. So far, classes have been somewhat difficult. I haven't really taken any exams yet, but I know they will be pretty hard for the most part. However, today is Friday, and most of what I'm going to be doing is going to be not put off, but sort of a rest day for me, because I've been busy doing assignments, as well as I'm going to be hanging with some of my friends, just hang out for a bit, and then hopefully by later tonight I'll have most of my homework done. But for the most part, nothing really too much over the week. I got to work out, not here, but at home, and it just felt good to kind of not get out, but just kind of warm up my muscles before I start coding. Yes, I finally found out the issue, what was going on with my code. It took me a while. A lot of the process of coding it takes a while to understand a problem, even though what my professor has provided us was sort of like a template towards what they wanted. But even so, kind of analyzing and then implementing that in IntelliJ, which is a program I use to sort of implement an IDE and compile code, but using that took me a while, and figuring out the certain methods, it was sort of a challenge for me, and I don't want to do that again. However, I don't think I have too much to do today. Again, not too sure. Most of the weather right now, I'm wearing a jacket right now, but later today it's gonna be like 70, so pretty hot for later on. But I heard that one of the groundhogs got scared of their shadow and really don't want no more snow. It is pain in the butt to kind of wake up in the morning and heat up your car and do all that shebang, but if it has to be, it's fine. I'm kind of exploring more of the campus. I've done that for my first semester, but for this time around I've not really, I've kind of explored most of it, but I'm trying to implement myself towards professors and mentors, which I will probably do next week. However, again, schedule is kind of tight as to assignments and stuff like that. The one thing I do like is kind kind of learning, what we're learning right now is Bash, which is in the terminal in one of my classes. And it's so cool to understand like what your computer does in retrospect of like in retrospect of how it's doing things behind the scenes. Not technically behind the scenes, but kind of like higher level management towards the things you want to do towards your computer, and kind of having open access as well as higher indication of towards accessing your own files on your computer. Haven't really put myself out there towards clubs, which I should probably do, but I think I'm gonna be doing something else in the meantime. Well, besides YouTube, but in the meantime, I'm looking out for something I've been interested for a while, and it's just taken a while. The process is long. It's an internship I've been trying to get into, and it's not necessarily like this university swell. It's really just the process behind your who they collaborate with, and it just takes a while for me to get all this information and then discuss it with whoever's in charge and kind of getting back towards my university. Yeah, but however, it's a nice day. I'm also gonna go to Northwest Vista, which was my old school, or my old not university, community college I went to, and get some 3D prints done. One for a friend and then one for me, because I'm trying to get a tripod, but I know those are like really expensive, even the cheap ones. So I was like, might as well go to 3D print at my old school, so why not? I'm gonna see how that'll go. Hopefully next time you'll see me with a new tripod. If not, my bad. However, hopefully I'll be able to meet with my group Saturday and kind of discuss project plans. I already have it written down right here. You can't see it though. You can't look. It's our group. It's our stuff. So no peek. I'll discuss like the finality of like our application towards the end of the semester, because a lot of it is kind of brainstorming as of right now. But I'm pretty excited about what ideas our group put into for the majority of it, and especially my idea, because it came from me. But that's something else. But kind of today we kind of discussed project details and kind of what we're going to implement towards what we're going to do as the application, and kind of hearing those ideas, those different ideas towards what we're going to input was really cool. And I had this thought for a while for this project, but I not really the right time, but it wasn't the time to discuss until now, in which we can discuss this. And I think it's going to go great, but we won't see until we get the professor's feedback. But besides that, I see y'all at Vista. So, transition. Yeah, so it turns out when I went to Vista, they can't really do any prints for me since I'm not really a current student and I graduated over there. So that plan failed. However, I did end up hanging out with some buds, so I gotta do that. But I'm heading home right now. Buzzkill. But I'm heading home, feeling a little tired. But that's fine. I don't mind. It's just, yeah, hopefully at least this Saturday we're gonna plan to meet with our group, and hopefully we can we discuss and brainstorm over what we want as our project, which I'm pretty excited about. But we are trying to finalize it through like paper or like Word doc, if that makes sense. So we're gonna do that, and then I need to finish up a lab from one of my classes, the same class, as well as do some coding and do some homeworks and some warm-ups for two of my classes, as well as some Bash terminal Terminal's basically like that black window in your computer that you can see sometimes that like pops up. But Bash, from what I know, is like a language inside the terminal. However,